Hi everyone, in this video today we're going to be talking about the first things to train a new puppy. I recommend when you bring home a new puppy that you have a list of priorities of things that you want to start training first. So I recommend like 3 to 4 things that you're going to focus on in the first few weeks, first few days, maybe first week or two, of things that you want to train your puppy. Other than house training, because I think pretty much everybody wants to train house training, things besides house training. Obviously this is going to look different for each person because our lifestyles are different, our activities are different. People who have a fenced-in yard won't need to worry about leash training most likely in the beginning. People who don't have a fenced-in yard are probably going to need the leash training earlier on. But I thought I would give you guys an example of how to do this by showing you what the things that are important to me, what I typically tend to train first. So the first thing I train typically is crate training. Crate training is something that I use as a house training tool. So for me, it goes kind of hand in hand with house training, and it's very important to do it. I know not everybody is on board with crate training, but I highly recommend it for not just house training, but also separation training, and just good manners training around the house. It's a very good management tool for those things. And if your puppy is comfortable in the crate whenever you're home, you can teach him to be comfortable in the crate when you're gone. And if he ever goes to the vet or groomers, he's going to be crated. So I just recommend crate training for all those reasons. But that's the first thing that is the first thing I start training is crate training, because I want to be able to put my puppy in the crate at night, and so we can sleep through the night and start really getting the handle on the potty training. So that's the first thing I start training. The second thing I train is, let me get my slides up here. There we go. Tether training. This is a high priority for me because, again, I use tether training as a way to manage my puppy's environment in order to teach him, to set him up for success in as far as house manners go. So this is something I'm very, very, I recommend highly, and I practice this in my own whenever I raise a puppy, because it is so incredibly important to set your puppy up for success. A lot of people let their puppies run the whole house when they first bring them home, or even they might just block off the back rooms and let the puppy have access to large portions of the house. It's a bad idea in my opinion. I think it just sets puppies up for to fail, to learn bad habits, and to get into trouble. So I highly recommend tether training, and I tether train on a as this picture shows on the slide here. This picture shows this puppy is on a harness, so there's no pressure on her neck, and the tether is attached to in the very corner here, the tether is attached to a secure eye bolt that's in the wall. So there's nothing dangerous about this, and obviously I'm home, I'm watching her. There's nothing dangerous about this, and she's being monitored. It's also a good potty training. There's like tons of benefits to tether training, and I highly recommend it, and I tether train all my puppies. So that's going to be a high priority. That's something I need to have my puppy know in order to be able to live with him, which is kind of the biggest qualifier that I put on these things, these priorities. Think about what you need in your life in order to be able to live with your puppy, and these are the first things anyway that I start training is tether training. So then the next thing, I just pulled 3 here, that I would do is toy play or calmness training, or relaxation training. And the reason I have 2 different ones here is because if I have a puppy and I don't have any other puppies or other dogs for him to play with, then toy training is a huge, toy play is a huge priority on my list. I have to get his energy out somehow. I have to give him mental stimulation somehow. In the last several years, all of my puppies have been puppies that we have raised ourselves, and so they usually have a litter mate here as well that they can play with. So toy play has not been quite as high on my list, because they can play together and get their energy out that way. But whether I do toy, not that I never do toy play, it's not quite as high on my list. and not a high priority in that situation. And in that situation, the highest priority would be calmness training. Or relaxation training is what I typically refer to it as. Teaching them to be calm in the house, to relax, to lay down, to just chill, to be okay being bored, to be, okay not doing anything that's super exciting, and just rewarding their good behavior around the house. So those are the, even if I have a puppy that I need to teach him toy play, the calmness relaxation training is going to be the next thing on my list. Something I'm going to start teaching way for the very beginning. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you. If you found it helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and share it anywhere else where you think other puppy owners would find it helpful. Have a great day.